Oh. Oh.
And we're back. Welcome everyone to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host Rita with my friendly neighborhood co-host Whitney. What's up, Whitney?
Hey, how are you?
I am feeling fantastic. How are you?
It's Friday though. I'm happy.
Yeah, let's get it. It's beautiful outside. The sun
gosh.
is out. I
Yes.
saw people with their thighs out.
Listen,
This
knees.
weekend, whole knees out. I was beside myself. I said, "Oh, I'm a little overdressed." Look at God.
The weather calls for knees.
The weather calls for knees, but the pollen calls for staying your ass in the house. The back of my face has been itching.
Not the back.
The back of the parts that I cannot
Can't
scratch.
reach.
Oh my God. It's helped. If you're listening, please pray for me.
Listen, I keep complaining about the male trees. I'm like, this is why you can't have a bunch of dude trees. You need some girl trees. The reason why we don't have girl trees is because we don't want fruit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why we have so much pollen, because the pollen would like do its thing with the female trees, because it's pretty much like how fruit is made. The male trees shake off the pollen. The girl trees
birds
get the
and
pollen.
The bees of the trees.
When a tree and a tree loves each other very much.
I cannot. I could not.
This show just became an after dark show.
It did. It went left real fast. We are 2.5 minutes in, and here we go, ladies.
Just failing everybody.
No, we're gonna get it together, because we're gonna start with, what have you been listening to, Whitney?
So I'm still in my Yebba bag. Apparently, my husband did not know about Yebba. Like, I was playing one song and he was like, "Who is this?" And I showed him. He said the image does not compute with the voice.
No, it doesn't. It's definitely not the person I was expecting behind that voice. But I'm here for it.
No, not at all. But there's a song she does with Smino called "Louis Bag."
Let me tell you something. I love Smino and I love Yebba. I'm a huge Smino fan. But yes,
I am learning about Smino. I am late to the Smino train.
I love him.
Yes. So I was listening to Louis Bag. It is, I call it my, like, if I was like a gangster, this would be the slow song I would walk to.
I love
that
it.
Would be the slow song I walk to. I looked up the lyrics and everything. I was like, all right, let's just make sure it's not like sacrilegious.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And Yebba has her finger on the culture a little bit. My husband asked, we were having a conversation. He was like, "So how does this count?" He's like, "What does this count as, appreciation or appropriation?" I said, "It counts as appreciation because she regularly works with Black artists, but not just that. She's not like, Miley Cyrusing it,
Oh no,
not doing that.
Strays for Miley Cyrus.
Bet. I ain't forgot. Black women, our memory is long, child.
Long, child. It just
goes
on and on. Energizer Bunny memories.
We don't forget. But Yebba said that some of her favorite singers were the Clark sisters. I said,
no. Bitch, knock it off.
No, I'm not.
What?
I'm not joking.
I didn't know that white people knew about
the Clark sisters.
The Clark sisters.
She used to be a worship leader at her dad's church or something like that. And when I tell you, it all just started to connect. I was like, oh, I see how this. And so I'm like, yeah, it's not appropriation. Appropriation would be to take something from a culture, twist it, and then try to play with it out in popular culture. That's not what Yebba's doing. Yebba is intentionally working with artists that, and amplifying the sound. And like, she could have said her favorite artist was, I don't know, Cher. She could have. She could not that Cher's bullshit. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying, she could have said some random thing. No, we love Cher. Shout out to Cher. Getting her back banged out by.
Okay, yeah. So Cher,
that young Black man.
Cher's like 79, 80 years old, and basically her man is like my little brother.
Like our age.
I don't even know what to say about it, to make of it, but kudos to Cher, who is aging like fine wine. And
enjoy yourself, ma'am. You are rich. You are wealthy. You enjoy yourself.
You do that.
One thing you can't buy more of is time. I say enjoy every minute you got here.
And it looks like she's doing just that. And her little boyfriend looks just as pleased as punch too.
Everybody looks happy. Everybody looks happy. I'm like, why is there so much judgment against these people? They look happy. She looks happy.
These grown consenting folks. Now, one grown is a lot more grown than the other grown, but still grown and consenting. So none of my business.
That's none of my business. Y'all enjoy whatever rich people do. But back to Yebba. Yebba, yeah, she's like, I said that's like that's 100% appreciation. 100%. But yeah, I was listening to Louis Bag because it makes me feel like a gangster.
Okay. I appreciate gangster Whitney.
She said, I'm checking all my locks because it's robin season. I said, oh, ma'am.
Clutches pearls. Is it? I had no idea.
Robin season?
Robin season.
When it gets nice out.
So fast.
When it gets nice out, the people like to commit crime. They do the crime.
Which is stupid to me.
Ruins everything.
You don't have no time to enjoy stuff when you're out here on the Cape. I don't
walk around and smell the there's pollen every fucking way. Just
I don't know how y'all got time to be robbing people. Y'all eyes not itching like my eyes are itching. The back of my eyeballs itch.
I'm so sorry, Brad. What are you listening to?
So I've been listening. Of course, everything that I have comes with a story. So I've been trying to work out. I've been in the gym all week. And while I was looking for playlists, I usually curate my own, but I was looking for a playlist, an Afro Beats gym playlist, specifically in Apple. It's an Afro Beats gym playlist came on, and I damn near broke and dislocated my finger opening that, trying to get into this playlist.
It sounds like something you would enjoy.
It was fantastic, the whole list. But there's a song called Loaded by Tiwa Savage and Asake, which is, yes, I am a huge Tiwa Savage fan. She makes amazing music. The song's called Loaded. And I would just like to point out that the strings on this song are crazy. It's like Afro beats meets symphony meets, it's incredible. Please make sure y'all, if you're looking for new music, make sure you check that out. Loaded, Tiwa Savage, Asake, amazing song.
One day we're just going to do an entire music.
We should
just talk about, because there's so many different things we could talk about. Like you said, an Afro beats workout.
It's an Afro beats workout playlist, and it's long too. I was like, I'm in heaven.
That sounds like a time. I'm thinking about house cleaning music, because the way I have more laundry every week. It's growing exponentially. It's not you. You're not crazy. It's the person. It's the tiny person. They make laundry.
Listen, having a family means that, like, the math doesn't math. It's like toilet paper math. It's like there's 3 of you, but the laundry looks like it's for 7 people. You're not alone. You're not crazy.
Towels and shit. It's just stuff everywhere. And it's so small. Like, don't lose a sock.
You'll never find it again.
Speaking of which, I'm sorry, we're not ready to get
go off.
Person of the week.
We're gonna get into it. I do have
I want to hear what you have.
2 quick stories, not really stories, but speaking of music, on the topic of music. So
what happened?
Many of you guys know
that
I am a Frank Ocean fan.
Oh, okay.
And you guys also know that Frank Ocean is like Halley's Comet. This man gives us an album and then disappears for the next 87 fucking years. Like, we just can't. He just won't let us win.
No.
He gives us art. He blesses us and says, here you go. Love it. I'll see you guys when you have grandchildren. And dashes off to do whatever men with green/pink/yellow cool hair do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I made the mistakes of getting my hopes up again, and I know I'm a fool for this. It's me.
Honey.
I have to do better.
No, it's not you, honey. We all have high hopes.
So y'all been seeing the promo for Coachella, which is basically, I don't know, Gen Z/millennial Woodstock for the people who love festivals. So he's headlining, and his little orange BMW has been everywhere. And I was like, you're not going to fool me. I'm not going to expect new Frank Ocean music just because he's doing Coachella. I'm going to relax. And then I saw that he registered a new song with ASCAP. So that's where like people, once they write a song and produce it, it's how they get their splits for publishing. So that's a big deal. It's been submitted, which means he can release it. So everybody on the internet is like, oh shit,
new Frank Ocean.
We got new Frank Ocean music registered, which means now is the perfect time to debut some new music because you're about to do your Coachella check.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, Midnight at Friday came.
Oh.
Midnight at Friday went.
Oh.
And just like Haley's comment, who's not here, neither is the new Frank Ocean music. I'm a fool for believing. It's on me. I did it to myself. This is a self-inflicted wound, but God knows my heart is full of faith. And anytime I hear anything about Frank Ocean giving me anything, it could be crumbs, throwaways, he could record warm-up vocals, and I'd be like, yes, Frank, give me preparation.
He said, I'll pay you dust as I pass by in my hippy dippy way, just enjoying my life, doing what I do. And we're all just like, please,
a little bit, just
the same way that the Rihanna Hive has just been just like tapping their like wrists, like, please.
Let me tell you something, Rihanna fans, and I say this to myself and I say this to y'all. Let it go. Let it go. Because you wouldn't get nothing that even looks like work out of me if I were a billionaire. She's already on her second baby. I think she's about to become one of them kid farms. It's about to look like the Duggards over there.
No.
Just chalk it up, guys. Farms. She did the Super Bowl and didn't release new music.
She did, which would have been prime time to do it.
I'm just saying.
The funny thing was, she showed up with all her fashions and her makeup like she did.
She did
for us for these last years.
These are her priorities now.
Them babies.
And draws. And we just have to accept her for who she is now. You know, when people say like they strive to get money but not to change, that was not Rihanna's thinking. She said, I'm definitely about to change. It's over 100%. For you booze.
She said, I worked so hard, so I don't have to anymore.
So hard, from Pond de Replay to the Super Bowl, baby. I got nothing left for you niggers. Just chalk it.
No.
Buy some makeup.
I took my family on the daggone Vogue cover, and y'all talking about emasculation. Nah, bitches, y'all ain't seeing us no more.
No, and we're done.
That's it.
And that's it. You ungrateful bastards.
Lipsticks and draws. That's what you get. Lipsticks and draws. Maybe a combination of the two. A little skincare.
Mascara and undergarments. It's all you hoes are getting.
It's socks. That's what you get.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all. Don't come over here talking to me about no songs, no bridges, no hooks, no nothing.
Nothing. Like she makes what she makes. She did Wakanda Forever. That was it.
That was it. Mm-hmm. And I think she was contractually obligated to do that from like 3 years ago. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't even got that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right.
My good sis said, y'all can take them tracks and put them on repeat because that's the only way you're going to hear anything from me.
I mean, Anti still goes hard.
It has to. It has no choice. Listen. It's like it has to be
exhausted.
The gift that keeps on giving because it don't have a choice. Had no idea it would have to work so hard. 30 years later, just running.
30.
Oh my God. We're all disappointed. But I'm learning. Don't get my hopes up when it comes to Frank Ocean. I gave up on Rihanna a long time ago. She said, no music coming soon.
She told us in 2020 that it was supposed to be like a combination of like
reggae.
It was supposed to be like this really cool. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, bet.
It must be invisible unless...
I didn't have a child when she said it. My child's almost 3.
Now you have a person.
3.
Yeah, no, the lies will stop one day, but that's on me. I hurt my own feelings.
That's not you. I will never, ever, ever make you upset for hoping for something.
Thank you, Whitney.
What do we have if we don't have hope?
That's what I'm saying. That's how I felt. And you see how I woke up.
Frankly, weird though. And drop it like on a random Tuesday at like 3:00.
Right.
And we're like, bruh.
Now I'm in bed and I didn't miss the fanfare because you got to be there when things drop immediately, especially with Frank Ocean. I love him so much.
It's a lot to love. You know what? You brought up Frank Ocean.
Uh-oh.
And I don't mean to put these two together.
Uh-oh.
But did you hear Daniel Caesar's apology?
Oh, okay. So let's
so for those who are unfamiliar. I don't know if this is my problematic person of the week. For those who aren't familiar, Daniel Caesar. Wow, I was going to call him Daniel Ocean. That is not right. Incorrect.
That is the guy from Ocean's 11, but continue.
Might be. I don't know.
It is.
Ocean.
It's Danny Ocean. You did it. You did it.
You did it.
You did a thing.
You did a thing. Because my little haphazard brain is thinking about what to make for dinner tonight for the tiny Gordon Ramsay that lives in my house.
You are such an adult.
She loves food. So yes, Daniel Caesar, who is not Daniel Ocean, he put himself on the internet to cape for a white woman who we will not name because we pay her dust, and essentially said that Black people were being mean to white people. And he said, I don't care. Y'all can cancel me. Y'all can cancel me. Y'all can cancel me. You don't tip Black people with a good time, especially when you're the one being
Never.
Don't tip us with a good time. So you know what we did?
Canceled your ass.
We said, bet.
Listen, he dropped it at 5:07, and by 5:09, you are out of our playlist. You are out of our algorithms. Who is that? He looks familiar. No, never heard of
Daddy
him.
Ocean?
The guy from Ocean's 11? Yes.
He makes music?
Yeah. The funny thing about that, so 2 points. That was hilarious because any Black man standing up, and let's keep in mind, this isn't necessarily a race issue. It's a little larger than that.
There's a lot more nuance.
It's Daniel Caesar telling people with legitimate concerns and gripes to be nicer to the people who are being nasty based on race. Because you are Black and this person is white and may have said some things, you need to be nicer to them and hear them out while they disparage you, discount the things that you've been through, et cetera, et cetera. And then on top of that, you said, I don't care, cancel me. So then we did. God bless you. Thank you. We go our separate ways.
Frank Ocean was better.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean was better. Frank Ocean was better. And he minds his damn business. He's not caping for people who were problematic and like being joyful about it too. Cape with you? No, absolutely not.
He keep his hair cut. He keep his hair dyed. And again, he don't be fooling with us.
And has me crying to Pink and White every time I hear it. Okay.
All the time. Every time. It's emotional every time.
Every time.
So you come out and you do that, and I've been seeing over the course of the week, because he just released a new album, that the album is an incredible album. Everyone who has said, you know what, fuck Daniel Caesar, but the songs have been coming up in my playlist and my curated items, and everything I hear has been fire. But we don't fuck with Bull because he made these decisions.
You went straight Philly with that.
We don't fuck with him because he made these decisions. And it's really sad because no one canceled you because you weren't talented, or nobody. It's not like you fell off everybody's radar. You picked the time where everybody committed to, like, this guy's talented. This guy's good. We like his
music. You're great. You picked the time. It's Jonathan Majors on us, and I'm very upset.
Yeah. Oh my! It's a verb now.
You are a verb now. I know we're still waiting to hear more about what the story is, but the more I hear, it's not looking good. And so now he's a verb now.
He's a verb now.
Up the bag.
And it sucks because you being an asshole essentially robbed us of your good music.
Thank you. That was you stole from us. Like you stole from us. You disrespected us.
Right. And we didn't deserve that because we were minding our business. You came bothering us
about this white woman.
You could have left it alone. So
you could have left the whole thing alone.
I would just like to say, please don't Danny Ocean. Please don't Daniel Caesar and Jonathan Majors yourself. You know, be more like Frank Ocean. Give us your art and go twirl.
Go live your life.
And do other things. You don't see Frank Ocean online. He
literally does not bother us or is concerned with us. He's like, here's my art.
I wish he cared a little more. I wish that we could get a little more. Because again,
he's like, I'm going to the beach to write sad songs about the water.
This man
thank you,
solar
Franklin.
Eclipse. He just every now and then.
Wasn't there supposed to be a solar eclipses?
No, was there? See, look.
Random. I'm sorry.
Was there supposed to be some Frank Ocean music this week? Look at us now. Everybody disappointed.
Everybody's disappointed.
I am crushed. I hate it so bad. It just breaks my heart. They're laughing, but I'm really hurt about this. You know what did make me feel good?
What?
And this is probably bad.
What's wrong?
I turned on my news over, what was that, Thursday? You saw what happened in South Florida, right? Please tell. Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, it's getting poured on.
Okay, so when I looked at the news story, Fort Lauderdale Airport, which is like right next to Miami, was underwater. Like the planes couldn't land or couldn't take off because they were standing in standing water.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale got 2 feet of rain in a night. So you can just imagine, for those who have seen the images, there's flooding everywhere. But my favorite thing was when the mayor, they're in Broward County. The mayor comes out and says, we are underwater. We are clearly under a state of emergency. The White House has reached out to us. Thank you, White House. Marco Rubio, senator for Florida, has reached out to us. Although y'all know I don't fool with
We don't like Marco.
We don't like him that much, but he reached out because it's his state.
That's his job. Yeah. No.
Your friend Ron Desantis.
What did he do, girl?
Nothing. He did nothing. And that's the problem. Ron DeSantis was in Ohio on a book tour while part of his state was underwater. And I love that the mayor made it a point to say, thank you, White House, for reaching out. Thank you, Marco
Biden.
Rubio. Hopefully we'll hear from Ron DeSantis at some point before we get washed into the ocean. He ain't got to us yet.
We are 100% Atlantis here. And he is just on his Mary book tour yelling about drag queens and critical race theory.
Right. While part of your state literally slips into the Gulf and the abyss.
The abyss. They down there looking at the ruins of Atlantis. Just like, hey, y'all.
It was so professional and so political, yet so shady at the same time. Like, looking forward to hearing from Ron DeSantis at some point. Maybe. Hopefully.
I need to see this.
No, please do. Please. It was a press conference. And I was
I need this in my life. I needed it so much.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Like, my Google thumb is not fast enough.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And like, clearly, this is a man who's setting himself up to run for president. You're not taking care of the state that you're in.
Poorly. He's setting himself up poorly because not only that, he's also ostracizing a lot of the independent voters by him. The thing with Disney made him look so stupid.
Because let me tell you something.
Outsmarted by a damn mouse.
You will come and go, but Disney is forever.
And been forever.
Okay.
We are literally enjoying a mouse that was modeled after minstrel characters, and no one ever addresses it.
No, we don't. Yeah,
we enjoy it. We pose with the mouse. Minnie Mouse is my daughter's favorite mouse, and you think I'm gonna ruin it for her? Absolutely not.
I'm picking Disney over DeSantis anytime.
I said the dentist, but I'll pick the dentist too over DeSantis every time.
You know what? Points are being made. Yeah, no. Also same. But it's amazing to me, like, he's doing anything in his power, even if they're negative things. The whole critical race theory, removing African American history as an AP course that can be offered in the state of Florida. And then your state actually has what could be considered a state emergency. They called it a 1 in 1,000 year weather event. Like Frank Ocean's music. You're probably never going to see this again in your lifetime. 2 feet of water fell
one night
within a matter of hours. They closed the airport for days. People were locked in the airport because there was so much water surrounding the airport that they couldn't get out. Sidebar, complete difference. We're done talking about DeSantis because we hate him and we know he's garbage. Where are all the alligators? Where do you think the alligators are down there doing? When everything is flooded, they don't know like what's home and what's not home.
A ball, probably. They're probably having so much fun. People's pets are just getting snatched. Oh, it's probably a nightmare. All the dinosaurs are just
just out and
Tell me
loose.
anything else. No one can tell me that an alligator's not a dinosaur.
That is a damn. I know a dinosaur when I see a damn.
When
dinosaur.
I see a dinosaur, thank you.
Play in my face. Play
Them big ass turtles too. Them big ass turtles and dinosaurs, and you can't tell me otherwise.
There are turtles on this planet the size of Volkswagens, and we just act like that's okay.
And they just get bigger, like because they have like the space to grow. You know, a turtle will grow to the size of its enclosure. Because I found this out because I had a turtle. Oh, and I said, oh, I got one of them little cute ones. I'm like, oh, this is cute. I'm like, let's get you an aquarium. Bad move. You know why?
It's still growing.
Because it grew and grew and did not stop. Wow, I just repeated one of her storybooks. God. Motherhood. But yes, it grew and grew and literally did not stop. I think like the current owner, because it's my former brother-in-law, he has the turtle now. And he keeps the turtle in his bathtub.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
I was like, you need to put that thing in a lake.
That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Just go ahead, drop it off with its friends, and maybe
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. But when I was watching the news stories, there were people like wading in the water.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I'm like, y'all not works. Listen, okay.
Dinosaurs. Oh.
I'm afraid of two things, and those things are leprechauns and snakes. I don't like leprechauns. I don't like snakes.
Wow.
It's like garden gnomes and things like small things that are supposed to look like big things, and I don't like it. Like people had those little statues on their lawns.
You're like, no, thank you.
Rips me the hell out. But as I'm watching these people in these boats, and like I'm watching these people hop out and walk through their streets. And I'm like, you're gonna lose a leg to an alligator.
Please carry your children, especially if they're small. Carry them.
Yeah.
But if you have to. Otherwise, I would be on the second floor of my house. I'm not coming outside to them puddles go down because I can't see
what's in that water.
I just know Lyle the crocodile is just going up the street.
Lyle, Leroy, Otis, all of them. They out there.
Otis
Stay out the damn water. Y'all know y'all got problems with dinosaurs. Y'all have a dinosaur problem in that state. I don't like it. It's very reptilian.
Dinosaurs, specifically water dinosaurs.
Racist and reptilian.
Essentially.
I don't like it. Y'all can keep it. No, thank you.
Sorry, Florida. Y'all just that's the cards you've been dealt with.
Man, and with a dumbass governor. But that's not even the whole problematic people.
Surely wasn't. That was a tangent. That was a hell of a tangent.
Let's get into it. Go off, Whitney.
Well, anytime we yell at Ron Desantis is always going to be a good time. I had a whole list pulled up. Oh, have you heard about Missouri State Senator Mike Moon?
I haven't. What's happening now?
So Missouri State Senator Mike Moon was having a debate with one Democratic state representative, Peter Meredith, and they were talking about gender affirming care for transgender minors. I don't know why we're so obsessed with the youth them's genitals, but we really need to stop.
Please.
That's their business, and it makes me uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. I forget what state it was where they neither can confirm. It's not Missouri. I don't think it's Missouri, but they can neither confirm nor deny that they won't be checking kids' genitals to play sports. I said, fuck them.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got to find you the story. I got to find you the story because I got to find the exact state, but they cannot confirm nor deny. And I said, fuck you and them sports.
All of them sports.
Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind?
What is wrong with
because you don't like trans people? You're willing to assault children? Get the hell. Anyway.
I'm out.
Back to the story. Senator Mike Moon, in the middle of this debate about gender affirming care for transgender minors, decided to talk about kids getting married at the age of 12.
Excuse me?
With their parents' consent. There is a whole clip. I watched it, mouth agape. You hear me? Jaw on the floor. Because I'm ready to fight. As a parent, as a woman, as a person, I'm ready to fight. Because the man said, do you know any kids that have been married? Do you know any kids, first thing, who have been married at the age 12? I do. And guess what? They're still married. As if that...
What?
Sir?
This cannot be real. I don't want to believe this is real.
We live in a simulation. We live in a simulation. I want to tap on the back of my Matrix thing. Like, hey, wake me up.
Just put me back to sleep. Put me
Can y'all put me to another reality, please? Thank you. Let's fast forward through this one. The man's this is an elected official. Someone had to vote this person in. And
several people.
A bunch of them. Because I'm sure there was somebody who ran against. God, I hope they weren't worse. Because Lord have mercy. The man said, do you know any kids who have been married at the age of 12? I do. And guess what? They're still married. And he's talking about not kids marrying each other. He's speaking about these 12-year-old minors marrying adults.
I'm about to throw up. What is happening? Why has he not been ousted from his position yet?
We don't trust them with credit cards.
No.
We don't trust them with a drink.
Nope.
We shouldn't trust them with a firearm, but that's a whole different conversation for another day. We don't trust them to register them own selves for school.
They
want them. They can't drive. They can't own anything. But you want to trust them to be married. Y'all are trying to,
and it's always the girl children. Let's
never the boy children.
You never hear about a 12-year-old boy being forced into marriage with a grown ass woman. It's
never would.
Always, and I think that's important because people like to just magically don't say it's children being married at 12. It's girls being married off at 12. Very specific. Language matters when it comes to these
words
things.
Mean things. Absolutely.
Words.
The words mean things.
Words mean things.
Shout out to Crystal from the Read. Words mean things.
Words mean things.
100%. So when I saw that, I was ready to fight. Ready to fight. Did we already talk about Governor Tate Reeves?
No, we did not. Go
Mississippi.
Oh, my second favorite state. Go off.
I have a story.
I'm ready.
I think I told this story already on here that I lost a friendship because I argued with my former friend about Martin Luther King Day and Robert E. Lee Day.
Yes.
And essentially she was like, well, you're messing up race relations. And I said, how am I messing up race relations? I got this information from your damn state. You're so pro Mississippi. Call your Mississippians and tell them that you don't want Robert E. Lee Day celebrated on the same day as Martin Luther King Day. Long and short, I was like, I'm tired of this. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was not the first offense, but that certainly was the last.
And we got rid of her.
Oh, yeah.
Them. I won't
No, it's a her.
Yeah, we got
don't get me to naming folks because I'm at that point in my life. I am 38 big years old. I do not give a damn. And if you're upset with me about it and you don't have the guts to talk to me about it, then as far as I'm concerned, you're not upset about it. So
listen.
And it doesn't matter because we're not friends and I don't care. It's the truth. But Governor Tate Reeves decided that April was going to be Confederate Heritage Month.
Oh, how exciting. Oh, fantastic. Oh, lovely.
To celebrate the 5 years.
The whole 5 years.
5 of them where the Confederacy was a thing.
Just enough time to finish high school and fail out of community college.
Essentially. You have spices, not you particularly, friend, but some of the listeners have spices in your cabinet that lasted longer than the Confederacy.
I am one of those people. Count me in the number.
You have to check you gotta check
No, I don't. No, I don't. Spices get better with age. No, they don't expire. You're making that up. Girl, are you even black? You know how the spices work?
You're moving with spices?
Yes!
No!
Literally packed up my shit 2 years ago and moved with spices. It's the 2-year anniversary of my move. Yes. Are you kidding me?
Ma'am.
You think I'm gonna throw out my oregano and my onion powder? Not till it's over,
more
baby.
Oregano.
Would
you like me to grow you some more oregano?
No, I like my 6-year-old oregano just
dry.
Fine. It tastes just fine. It's better when it's dry. What do you mean? Why
I don't want no wet oregano.
No, I don't want no wet ass oregano. I want the good dry oregano from 2007. It's been just fine. Nobody ever tastes the food and be like, these spices must be from 2011.
No.
Never. Said no one ever.
I want to warn you guys that you got to take your expiration date.
We are going to have to
anywho, yes, he decided that it's Confederate Heritage Month, and I can't imagine the Nazis saying like, hey, I mean, not the Nazis, the Germans. Sorry,
not the Nazis. Jesus Christ! Don't get us canceled. I didn't do it.
I can't imagine the Germans saying, "Hey, we're gonna have Nazi Heritage Month." No, what the hell? This is the problem when you don't just stomp out situations
stupid
like
shit.
Yeah, because the Confederates were the enemies of the United States, and I'm like, if we're not going to, like they were traitors. They were traitors to the United States. So I'm like, if we're not going to, why are we celebrating people who were literally traitors?
Since when do we celebrate treason?
Why are we celebrating treason?
And young girls being forced into marriage. When did we start celebrating these things? How did we get here?
I need a break.
I have theories. But clearly the world is unhinged. Thank you for the problematic people and just reminding me that I need to get a house out of this country. Just have some foreign real estate just in case, the uprising occurs and I gotta move fast and get out of here.
Don't make me nervous. Come on, I told you I just brought a person into the world.
And I mean that is true. That is true. But unfortunately, that's not going to stop the crazy people from being the crazy people.
You're exactly right.
I'm just saying I'm eligible for Irish and Ghanaian. There we go.
I'm just here to help.
I like it.
You're brilliant. You're the brilliant
Ghanaian. Mm-hmm. Citizenship, and I will cash in on those at any point if I need to. I will be the blackest, happiest Irish person you ever did meet if that's what it comes down to. Only temporarily, so I can get to someplace else. But yeah, we're gonna leave the problematic people there now that we're thoroughly distressed. Yeah. And we are going to get into our problematic letters of the week. We have 2 and they're going to be great, so stick with us. We'll be back in a second. We always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. All right, so we're getting straight to it. We got 2 here, so I'm going to start with the shorter one, and we are going to get Whitney's instant reactions, which is my favorite part of the week. Jesus. This gentleman, would you like to give him a name?
Gentleman.
Yes, it's a gentleman.
Lee Otis.
Okay. Lee Otis wrote, basically, I got engaged Valentine's Day 2022, and I'm getting married on New Year's Day. Oh. My fiance wants different rings for the ceremony. I just paid off the one she's wearing now, and I feel like it's an unnecessary expense to add a new set of rings now that we're paying off a lot of stuff for the wedding. This doesn't feel normal. Basically, do I have to buy new rings if she wants new rings? Yeah.
You want to ask me this?
Yeah, I'm asking you. We're starting with you.
People aren't gonna like my answer.
It's okay. It's the problematic podcast, not the please everybody podcast.
No, I don't want to make people feel mad. No, you don't. You don't have to go buy no goddamn rings. Are you crazy? Look her in the face and be like, listen, I know you want to stunt for your friends. No, don't tell her this. But
don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Listen to us say it, but don't say that. You do not have to buy that. Weddings are expensive.
Weddings are
expensive. We did really well because we had a lot of different connections. But that's the only reason why we did well with ours. We tried to keep it around 10,000. And we had a lot of help from our family as well. So I'm not the one to talk to about fancy dancy rings. I am so for you hit 10 years and you're like, you want to do something special. You want to upgrade the ring.
Yes.
That's one thing. I am here for that. I'm here for y'all want to do a vow renewal at like 15, 20 years. I'm here for that. This is not say yes to the dress. This is this is real life. And honey, eggs is about to be $100 an egg. You sitting here talking about I want the princess cut double carrot, I don't know, carrot cake, whatever. I don't know what it's called because I'm not that girl. You know what my husband proposed to me with? An amethyst stone, because I didn't want a big giant diamond. That's not what I wanted.
Beautiful.
I love it so much. I'm looking forward to like Emery getting to wear it and stuff like that. I said she could have that one. She's not going to get my wedding band, obviously. That's going with me. But I'm the wrong person to talk to because I don't want to spend a lot of money on one day. What I want to do is buy a house. What I want to do is, plan a life. If, when we get down the road, like Earl and I are looking down the barrel of 4 years. Not the barrel, because it's been joyful. We're looking
I was about to say, is everything okay over there?
I promise you, like outside of the complaints that we have, we are a joyful family. You should see us in the morning. We take our little vitamins together. We pray together. It's disgusting over here. We are a joyful ass family over here. We have a good old time. But yeah, girl, I'm not about the like. What do you? No, you just paid off your rings. Gently remind her that you paid off your rings. That these things are expensive. No, this is not normal. No, this is not something that women just do. Because I know y'all just be like, women be shopping. But no, women be shopping. Women be shopping. If you got the reference, you got it. If you don't, you don't. We're not explaining it. But yes, no, that's not normal. And Leotis, you focus on your priorities. The priorities is the marriage, not stunting for people with the big ring.
So I'm ready to be problematic here. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
So no, it's a good thing. So this is actually a letter that we got about 3 weeks ago, but I couldn't fit it in. And I've had some time to think about it. And at first I was like, no, I'm coming off the back of seeing wedding expenses and also trying to keep a budget of $10,000. And then my wife telling me afterwards, like, we actually spent closer to 18. And I'm like, where? Why? But that's a whole other thing. We had lots of contributions from our parents. Our parents kind of went old school and was like,
we're gonna pay for it.
Right. So I mean, don't get me wrong, there were things that were paid out of pocket. My wife spent a lot of time shopping. There was a lot of Amazon packages at my house, but that aside, what I'm saying is they are expensive and the expenses tend to get out of hand really fast. So I'm twofold on this. Initially, I was like, no, you don't need to buy no damn rings. At least not right now. That could be a first anniversary thing, a second anniversary thing. But like the fact that he specifically mentioned she wants different rings for the ceremony. So she's clearly seen the set and was like, this isn't what I want. She has a right to express that.
She does.
I don't think she has a right to force the issue. If you are concerned about money, because you just paid these rings off. Now that to me is I paid good money for these rings. I paid them off and now you don't want them. That's kind of crazy. It could hurt your feelings, but making it a financial issue and saying, hey, like this ain't in the budget right now. We can work on this later. I understand. Like I might have came up short in picking a ring that you like. I get that, but now is not the time. I very much feel that way. And then on the flip side of that,
oh boy,
from a woman's,
oh boy.
Have you seen some of the rings that men pick out like as engagement rings?
Yeah.
What men think look good on women's hands and what women think look good on their hands. Because rings go through fashion seasons just like clothes do.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like women, if you feel like it's getting serious, it never hurts to hint at what you want so that you're not disappointed.
Oh, straight up tell them. In fact, don't hint, show them.
And if the woman isn't hinting and you are about to spend a significant amount of money,
ask.
It's okay to ask.
Please ask. Please ask.
Ask. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would say like, well, yeah, if I start asking and it might ruin the surprise. I'm telling you, it will not. A woman who knows that an engagement is impending is going to be just as excited as one who gets blindsided. I promise you that.
I promise you.
So save your time. My only advice is no. If it's a money thing, just schedule a time in the future when you're going to get her new ring. She can pick out the rings and then she gets everything she wants. You just wait a little bit. I don't know. Can you take rings back?
If you could take them back, this would.
You can probably sell them and then put that what you
that's
get
just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more of a pride thing. Like, I bought her something that I thought was really nice, and she don't like it, and it was expensive.
She's allowed to not like it. Like, you're absolutely right. She's 100% allowed to not like it. And hearing you explain this, like, it's kind of, it makes me want to take back some of the things I said. She's 100% not allowed to like it. She's 100% within her right to talk about, like, something that she would want.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, all right, the time to speak up was like immediately.
Right.
The time to speak up about that, because these things are pricey, and these things are costly, and you're like, hey, let's let the excitement of the engagement go down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's like a week or two later, you're like, hey, you know what? You still got the receipt for this? Let's go. Let's do this together. Now that we have had the engagement, you and I can do this. Will be our first thing to do.
I've heard of people doing that.
People do that all the time.
I didn't know it was a thing until, like, I started looking into, like, wedding things myself, and I'm like, oh, people will. It's like a proposal ring, and then if they're not really feeling it, they can go,
which is fine.
But new rings for the ceremony,
especially when you've paid off the other ones, like that means you've had some time. That means she's like played with it. That means that hopefully y'all have talked about this, because listen, if y'all are not communicating about this, y'all get into this marriage, it's gonna come up. I promise you, it's gonna come up in a fight out of nowhere.
Is preaching right now. Write that down.
The stuff that you don't realize is gonna come up in a fight. It's gonna come up in a fight.
Gym alert.
You don't even, since we're talking about jewels, you don't even know what I like. You see this ugly ass ring?
When they drop the Y, it's serious. Ugly ass. So yeah, I don't think she's wrong. I don't think she's something different, but I don't think it's wrong to say, listen, we got this to pay for to get to wedding day, but let's come up with first anniversary, second anniversary, fifth anniversary. We'll work on that. I don't think, have a conversation about it. I don't think that's crazy. Are you ready for this next letter?
I'm sorry, I'm so distracted.
This one is so as a member of the LGBTQIA, or what is now known on TikTok as the Legibitiqua
community. They kept on Legibitiqua. I'm like, what? I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to say that.
Legibitiqua. As a member of the Legibitiqua community, I was very, very hype about this. Whitney, you get to respond first, and I know I'm going to love it.
Why? I'm not part of that community.
No, you are not right. Yes, it is.
No. This is very problematic.
Oh no,
this is the problem. The problem y'all keep asking straight people about queer people issues. We mind our business. This over here. True. We sit down and eat our food. Okay.
Not today. Chime in. I lie. It says, good afternoon. When it started with good afternoon, I knew this was
problems.
About to be good.
Wait, do you need a name?
Oh, yes. Let's do a name.
Let's see. You said this is a member of the queer community?
Yes.
Do they give pronouns?
They didn't. Well, it starts off with, I'm a 29-year-old queer woman. I think that's
Jules.
Jules. All right. Jules said, I'm a 29-year-old queer woman from Philly, and I have a problematic question. Okay. 2 months ago, my best friend of almost 7 years asked me to go to New York for brunch with a few of her friends. I didn't know it at the time, but we were going to meet up with someone she had been talking to for a little while, but had never met in real life. That's a whole nother story, but it's kind of important. We drove my car, met all her school friends, went to brunch, met more people, had the best time, and even got drunk and stayed for game night. So we ended up spending the night. My best friend was booed up much of the night, but I really enjoyed the vibes. When I checked my phone that evening, I noticed I had a few IG requests from like 3 people at brunch. I didn't think much of it and added them and did my typical page scroll. I'm not usually attracted to masculine presenting women, but I was attracted to this one in particular from brunch earlier. I liked a bunch of her pics, and she came back and liked a bunch of mine. So I'm like, bet. We're going to talk in the DMs later. I may have a little New York City dip. It's like, this is getting good.
This is getting good. This is interesting.
Long story short, a few days later, I casually mentioned I had been talking to the masculine girl from the brunch. And my friend got real defensive and basically said I shouldn't talk to her because she was the ex of one of her close friends who was also at brunch and it could be messy. I reminded her that I don't know any of them people, so it shouldn't be messy at all. She went on and on about how I don't even like studs and that she vetoed it. In quotation marks, she vetoed it. So we couldn't talk. I told her I would make my own decision and let her know things have she said I told her I would make my own decision and let her know, and things have been different ever since. I still talk to the girl from New York. Was I wrong for making my own decision? I really felt her friendship dynamics, and her relationship dynamics had nothing to do with me. So it was okay.
Well, this has nothing to do with the queer being queer at all. So
no, it doesn't.
Okay. This is just relationship shit.
Yeah, it's basically.
Okay, Jules. One, you don't know them people. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You don't know them people. Y'all busted up. Y'all had a good time at brunch. Like y'all had, like, the vibe was cool. Like you said, she was booed up for the night, but y'all were still getting along, cutting up, having a good time. You got your little New York City dip, and we're all like very excited about that. And I'm like, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love it. You don't know those people. You don't have any allegiance to those people. Like it would be different if you had been friends with these people. Y'all just met at brunch. Like they brand new to you
in a different state.
In a whole ass different state. Like Philly is 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what we call yonder. That's up north yonder. It's close, but it ain't close.
Y'all up there. So being as you don't know those people. Like I don't know why your friend is commanding you to be loyal to people that you literally just met.
I don't get it.
I'm trying to figure that out. I like, as a friend, I would tell you, like, all right, this person's cool, but let me let you know that X dated Y in this friend group. So, just be aware of that and, go forth and conquer, or not conquer shit. Go forth and enjoy.
I like it. I like conquer. I like the way that sounds. Go forth and conquer. Do that.
Oh my God. Anyway, this is why I don't talk. The point is that you're people. Like I just can't. The way I don't feel like your friend has any room or space to be upset about a loyalty that she's demanding of you when you literally just met these people. Like her loyalty, it'd be one thing if she was dating the ex. That's a whole different thing. But girl, like it doesn't go against any codes at all. Like you literally just met these people. I don't understand why this is an issue. It's not an issue.
I don't think this is a code thing.
No.
Maybe I'm lost. Like the homegirl saying she vetoed it. I was like, what? Now I gotta date you. Now I gotta date her even harder. Now I gotta marry.
Now we gotta get married and pick out rings I don't like.
So what I feel like is there's a very good chance that her best friend, Jules' best friend might know some dynamics of that relationship that she doesn't want to necessarily share, but is trying to provide like air coverage for. I think this is a bad idea.
No, you share.
If you can't be fully transparent on like the whys, because this current why of she used to date one of my friends. Everybody used to date one of somebody's friends
at some point,
and that's how relationships work,
essentially.
So I'm not understanding why things got tense afterwards. Friends can agree to disagree. Your friend might think it's a bad idea, and you might think that it's not such a bad idea, and your friend might be there to tell you, I told you so in a few months or a year. But I don't think that the relationship has to be in disarray because you decided to talk to somebody who came and followed you and liked your pictures. Like, y'all are two grown consenting adults. And if that person, the masculine presenting woman, isn't a friend of your best friend, I don't see what the issue is. To me, it feels like, so I'm one of those people, like, once you hurt my best friend, it's like, fuck you forever.
Oh, forever. Even if my friend gets over it, forever.
Even if my friend gets over it, I'm like, I am team fuck you forever. I feel like that's the dynamic here. Like, this person might have, you get what I'm saying? Like, this person might have done something to your friend, and you're like, no, it's up and stuck when it comes to this person. I don't want you talking to this person because they are my mortal enemy now. But at the same time, that's up to your.
She needed to express that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Your friend needed to express that. If your friend cannot tell you like the details as to why they're vetoing it, and they just start treating you like you're their child,
right? Yeah. No. Now, if there's something I need to be concerned about, if my life is in danger,
tell me something.
Please let me know. But
tell me something.
Just saying, oh, this person used to talk to one of my friends.
That's not a reason.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Did they beat your friend?
Like,
did they stab him with a fork?
Was someone's heart like terribly broken?
Otherwise, I don't.
That's none of my business.
I don't think you necessarily did anything wrong. I think she just disagrees with what you did. And if you guys are friends, then y'all should be able to get over that and get past it and move on.
100%.
That is all I got. As always, we love to hear you guys' problematic letters and questions. So please feel free to reach out to us. I hope that everybody listening has a dope ass incredible week.
Yep.
We're out here at the Problematic Podcast. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.